Hey, what's going on everybody? Jerma here with a Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary. Got a couple of things in this video. This is going to be a Spy-Cicle 1 life gameplay. Going to show you 2 lives though. The first one's going to be with the default invisibility watch, and the second one's going to be with the dead ringer, and in between, I've got a crazy demo man thing that I did, so the intermission between the 2 1 life gameplays is going to be something I'm coining right now. The most destruction I've ever done as a demo man. Period. Comma. Quotation marks. So stick around, we got some things to talk about, especially about this knife. So let me get you the loadout for the match. The loadout is going to be the Spy-Cicle, obviously, get this nice sap and stab on that engineer. The Spy-Cicle, the Diamondback. Now I know, hear me out on this one. The Diamondback and, of course, the default invisibility watch. So I get a couple of kills with the Diamondback. I feel like the Diamondback is very, very underused when it comes to spies. A lot of spies would just rather say, why don't you just put on the Ambassador? And I'd say, well, because I can get guaranteed critical shots like this right here. Miss. Don't miss. But with this gun, you don't have to shoot somebody in their face to get a crit. All you have to do is destroy one little building. It can be a teleporter, doesn't matter, dispenser, anything, and you'll get a guaranteed crit. The reason why I would say to use this is because I've found in so many situations I've been backing up with the Ambassador, trying to headshot somebody that's coming after me, and I just miss. No, hold on, I got it. Miss. No, I can get it. And you just miss over and over again. With this thing, you just have to land a body shot and you'll crit them. And they both do the same amount of damage. They both crit for 102. So if you're having trouble aiming at heads with the Ambassador, try the Diamondback. Unless, of course, there are no engineers on the other team. If there's 0 engineers on the other team, you're just taking a 15% damage penalty. That's all you're doing. So enough about the Diamondback, let's talk about the Spy-Cicle. So this knife is pretty close to taking over all the other knives and being the best one in the game. Now there are plenty of downsides, of course, as you'll see here. When I stab somebody, they turn into an ice sculpture. And that's a huge dead giveaway that you're around, and of course if you get sprayed by a pyro, you lose the knife for 15 seconds. But the really good thing about this knife, it's the only other one in the game that shares the same attributes as the default. There's no crazy health mechanic or no weird stabbing mechanic, which is something I really, really like about the knife. And now, let's talk about pyros for a second. Pyros are the #1 counter to a spy. And with this knife, they're no longer your counter. You'll see so many times in these couple clips where I get sprayed by a pyro and nothing happens, and the pyro just goes on his merry way. That is a huge, huge upgrade. Insane upgrade. Because now you don't have to worry about pyros. If you have this knife out, you completely negate your counter. So here comes the end of this particular run. Got a bunch of kills, got a bunch of saps on sentries. Pretty decent, but now I want to go to a demo man clip. Just because I have to put it in here, use it as an intermission. So I have the default sticky launcher, the default grenade launcher, and I think the frying pan, but none of that really matters. Watch what happens here in a second. I get an Uber charge, and over on the left, if this is not a great example of why you should never build close to each other as an engineer, then I don't know what is. Look at this. Look at all this stuff, all these buildings. Goodbye. Everything and everyone over there is dead or destroyed. I'm going to do a slow-mo for you. I want to count. Let's count together. Ready? So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings and like 4 people. So I just thought that was insane. Had to put that in here for a little intermission because I've never done something like that before. So moving right along here, this is the second spy gameplay using the dead ringer instead of the invisibility watch. I also have on the L'étrange or the La Torenga, however you want to pronounce that pistol. So I come up here, get this pyro, and I want to explain why the dead ringer is a great option with this new knife. So pretty much the reason why you use these 2 things together is because it allows you to escape more than once. How many times have you been a spy and gotten sprayed by a pyro and then sprayed immediately after pulling out the dead ringer? Say goodbye to that ever happening ever again by using these 2 together. Pretty much what you can do now is you can take out the knife when you get sprayed, and it's sort of the first dead ringer. You get 2 dead ringers now. And then when you actually really need to use your real dead ringer, you pull it out. So you get 2 second chances, I guess, rather than 1 second chance, if that makes any sense. Now, which one of these would I rather play with, the dead ringer or the invisibility watch? Kind of a tough question because they're both very, very good. It just depends on your play style. Something very, very important that I really need to bring up is make sure you do not have the knife up and the dead ringer up at the same time. If a pyro sprays you, it's going to use your knife and the dead ringer. So be very, very careful in those situations. You want to make sure you have your pistol out. If you see a pyro, pull out something else rather than the knife, like the sapper or the pistol. Get sprayed with the knife out, and then you can go on your way and use the dead ringer. It's happened to me a couple of times. I'm still trying to get used to it, where I'm walking around with a knife, I get sprayed, and I have the dead ringer out, and it's like, whoa, what just happened? I lost everything. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. And I'll just talk about the entertainment value of this knife. Doesn't matter if it's with the dead ringer or with the invisibility watch. The entertainment value is awesome. It's so much fun because this knife allows you to be a real master of disguise and master of deceit. Because when you get sprayed and you don't light on fire, you kind of have to play the role and kind of look at him and be like, dude, I'm not a spy, screw you, excuse me. And it really does add another layer to the metagame as a spy. You could go an entire round as the spy, not even killing anybody, but just trying to blend in with the other team. I've seen people do that before. I've seen funny videos where people just troll the other team, and they just put a disguise on and they pretend to be like an engineer or something, and it's actually kind of funny. So it makes it a whole lot easier to blend in now, and it makes it a whole lot more fun too. So we are coming up here to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I get myself killed by a Crusader's crossbow medic, and I think that's only happened like 2 or 3 times since that item released. So thumbs up to that guy. I love that weapon. I could talk about that weapon for a while, but that's for a different commentary. So I come back here, I believe I kill a heavy, and my demise is I didn't do this in the right order. I should have sapped that little mini-sentry first, but I didn't do that. 20/20 hindsight, you know. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Take care, everybody.